What's going on, everybody? If you're seeing this page, that means the official Torian Rain Reloaded merch store is now available. To get access to the store, make sure you go ahead and click the store tab on my YouTube channel. From there, you will be able to see all the merch that is available. We have mugs, shirts, hoodies, joggers, and so much more to come. All original designs made by yours truly, Torian Rain Reloaded. Now go ahead and get your merch today, and you can feel nothing in style.
Top story at 6 o'clock. A woman walks into a police department and starts shooting at officers.
Bulletproof glass protected Bristol police in this. The woman charged with attempted murder. Channel 3's Dylan Fearon was in court with the woman as tragedy nearly struck again in Bristol.
Alleged attacker Suzanne Laprise is heading from the courtroom to her jail cell, accused of shooting at 3 people who protect us every day, police officers.
This may have been a suicide attempt.
Laprise has a black eye with cuts and bruises on her face. Police believe she did that to herself before walking into the police department, then opening fire.
These charges are very alarming.
The 51-year-old Laprise is hit with 9 charges, including attempted murder. Luckily, bulletproof glass separated Laprise and police when she allegedly ambushed officers. One officer fired back, but the shots were all stopped by the glass. Laprise allegedly put her gun down. She was tased. Police arrested her. Laprise is from Plainville, living in this housing complex. Judy Briggs is a couple doors down.
I'm just shocked in finding that as somebody that lives in our beautiful street. I mean, it's just kind of concerning.
In court, a state official said Laprise is a former state employee with the Department of Developmental Services, an agency that helps people with disabilities.
She's a mother of 3 adult children, including her 33-year-old son who has Down syndrome. She is his main care provider. She feeds him, she dresses him, she gives him his insulin that he needs every day.
A witness told police Laprise went to a bar before the incident, had 2 drinks, and told the witness she was going to the department to shoot officers, telling them she'll kill them if they don't kill her. Police believe she caused $26,000 in damage from shooting the glass windows. Bond is set at $1 million. Laprise's alleged attack on Bristol officers comes nearly a year after officers Alex Hamzy and Dustin DeMonte were killed in an ambush. Thursday will mark a year. It'll certainly be a tough day and week in the Bristol community as awful memories resurface.
What do we do next to make it safer?
This is another incident in a very short period of time.
In New Britain, Dylan Fearon, Channel 3, Eyewitness News.
So we have yet another Operation Protect the White Boy, White Woman edition, of course, on our hands. This woman right here, whose name is Suzanne Laprise out of Connecticut, who went into a police department and began to shoot it up, and she planned to do it. Like, she actually admitted that that's what she was going in there to do. Now, when I saw her pictures, my first thought was, wow, they actually put hands on her. But then in the audio, it says that she did it to herself, and then she proceeded to go in there and do what she did. Now, that was a news piece that y'all just heard right there. I think it was from maybe like 2 or 3 days ago. But I have an article that's going to go into a little bit more details, because it said that she had charges on her, but they didn't go and list the charges that she had. And then it's something else about the bond, because in the video and the audio it said that she had a bond of $1 million, but another article states that her bond is higher than what she said or what was presented. It says a woman is in custody Friday after authorities says she opened fire in a police department lobby in Connecticut, spurring an exchange of gunfire with an officer. I just need to know, just off of that part alone, what do the other BLM got to say about this? This is like the second ambush attack, as they call it, that has occurred within a month that was not done by black people, that they love to put that label onto black people with. Because remember the one that happened in California at the hands of that South of the Borderian with that cop out there. And now you have this woman in Connecticut who did what she did. Of course, there were no casualties because there was a protective glass that was protecting them from what she was doing. But what really got me too in the audio was, why did the cop think it was a good idea to fire back at this woman if all it was going to do was the same effect it has with what she was trying to do? And that was nothing, because the glass was not going to break from your bullets. And it's crazy because you're a cop that works there, and I'm almost certain that they told you that that was thick protected glass and no bullet would penetrate through it. I don't know why he thought his gun was special and thought it was going to be the one that day to break that glass, but I guess. The woman, who has been identified as 51-year-old Suzanne Laprise, entered the lobby of the Bristol Police Department at around 10:35 p.m. on Thursday night and fired multiple rounds into the window of the front lobby desk. The desk was unoccupied at the time, and the bullets did not penetrate the bullet-resistant glass. Officers responded to the gunfire and attempted to negotiate. However, Laprise continued to fire the gun, directing the bullets at officers. An officer returned fire, but the rounds were again stopped by the bullet-resistant glass. Now, I'm going to kind of skip around a little bit because, again, I'll just be rehashing what was already said, but I want to list the charges and specifics of what she was charged with. She was charged with multiple counts, including criminal attempted murder, which I believe they did mention, with special circumstance, illegal discharge of a firearm, criminal use of a weapon, illegal carry of firearms under the influence of drug or alcohol, because they said she was at a bar before she came there, violation of pistol permit requirements, illegal possession of a large capacity magazine, criminal mischief, reckless endangerment, and breach of peace. Now, one part of the video, it said that her bond was set at $1 million, but according to this article on CBS News, it says that she's currently being held on a $3 million bond, not a $1 million bond. So I don't know if they adjusted the bond, but on CBS News, it says she has a $3 million bond. And it says she will be arraigned in New Britain Superior Court later Friday, which has, of course, been passed since by the time y'all watch this video. And it says the police department said on Facebook that its lobby will be closed for walk-in complaints on Friday so that repairs and maintenance could be conducted. And that's pretty much it right there. So yeah, again, we have yet another edition of Operation Protect the White Woman in full effect, because this woman walked into a police station and just began firing off. They tried to negotiate with her, but that didn't work. She just reloaded and continued to fire at them, and she was taken in alive. As y'all saw pictures of her mugshot and her in the courtroom with her attorney, and I thought it was very interesting. They said they couldn't use the mental illness thing on her, but they brought in her son, they said, who was 33 years old, who has some mental disabilities. You know, she works for a department that deals with developmental behavior, and I'm sitting here saying to myself, well, isn't that interesting? She works in a department for developmental behavior, and look at this woman right here who's supposed to be trying to help these people who with that, and she goes out and does what she does. Sounds to me like she needs to be one of the patients rather than one of the employees. So yeah, I'm curious, what does the other BLM advocates have to say about this, if they have anything to say at all? Because again, they love to say that we are the ones that don't comply, we are the ones that's always resisting, yet this woman literally casually walked into a whole police department and just began firing off like a domestic terrorist. That's basically, in all hindsight, what she kind of did. They should have gave her attempted domestic terrorism, if that's even a charge to give, because if any of them died, let's be real here, that would be classified as a mass killing. What she should have got was a damn near attempted mass shooting. The only reason they can't give it to her is because nobody got hit. And that glass is what protected both of them, because honestly, she could have took some people out, and if that cop's aim was on point, he could have took her out. She was one of the people that just didn't give a damn that day. She said, in so many words, she might as well just said, I don't care about dying today, which is why she just went up there and did what she did. She had to get a little bit of that liquid courage up in her, and then she went up into that police department and fired off a few rounds just because she felt like doing it that day. Or maybe she knew the privilege that she has. I don't know. To be honest, don't be surprised when PC claims that they don't know what kind of privilege that they have. Trust and believe me, they know. She felt confident going up in there, liquored up or not, sober or not. She felt comfortable going in there and doing what she did. She didn't fulfill her mission, unless her mission was just to go in there and cause chaos. Then in that case she did. But if her plan was to go in there and take anybody out, that was a fail. That was an epic fail. So there you have it. I really don't know much else to say, but I'm just curious though. You know, the usual suspects and their co-colonizing cohorts are not going to say anything about this. Many of y'all probably didn't even know this story existed until I showed y'all, and the story itself is over like 2 weeks old. It's amazing. It's amazing what allows to get slipped through the cracks.